Kavya, you want to tell something?
Yes, ma'am. Can you explain it once again, ma'am?
Okay, okay, okay. Hey students, I'll explain the lab programs, how to execute lab programs once again. See, dear students, to execute a lab program, you need to have this. I'll share the screen. After my class, you don't have class from today, or you have class? Yes, students. To execute a C hash program in .NET framework or in Visual in sorry in, to execute a C hash program in Visual Studio, you should have the software Visual Studio. So once you install the software, go to File. Yes, students, can you see the screen? Is the screen is visible? If you have any doubt, you stop me there only and you can ask me questions. Is the screen is visible? If my voice is not clear, if screen is not visible, you please tell me, students. No, it is clear, no? The screen is visible, no? Yes, please respond. In 10 minutes, I'll explain this, how to execute the program. Again, I'll continue my class. After this, I'll continue my class. Okay. Um, yes, this is a Visual Studio. In Visual Studio, to create a file, go to File, File menu. When you click on File menu, you will get so many options in File. There, you click on Project. You click on Project. See, students, if you installed this software first, if you after installing the software, if you are executing a program first time, if you are executing a program first time, then it will be selected the first option, that is Windows Forms application. Windows Form application. So don't select that. Select the third option. Select the third option, that is console application, because we are executing a console application. So here you give a file name, ex example1, sample1, pr1, so many the file names I already gave, so it will not take. So a1 I am giving. A1 is a file name. See, whatever the file name you give here, that will come as a namespace. Yes, students, whatever the file name you give here, that will come as a namespace. Namespace. You know what is namespace? Whatever the questions I ask, nobody responds. Okay, A1. A1 is a file name. So now the skeleton of this A1 program will be generated. In this skeleton, you have to write a code and run the program. The main program, main method, the using statement, everything will be there. A skeleton will be generated, and in that skeleton you write your executable code, and then run the program. This is a skeleton. Now I'll just show you. Yes, students, here one thing you need to understand. Here, these are all the packages we have. The system using system.collection generic. All these are not required. If you are executing any program or project related to that time you can include. Now we are executing just a simple program. So you can remove those statements. Just using system is enough. Next we have here, I write Yes, students, in C sharp, to display a statement or to print a statement or to print anything on the desktop or to print anything on the output screen, we use a statement console.writeLine. Console.writeLine. So whatever the statements you write within this line, that will be displayed on the monitor. That is good morning. Good morning message I am displaying. So once you finish typing, click on save button. Click on save. The program will be saved. And to run the program, we have a shortcut key F5. We have a shortcut key F5. Or you also have this option. The students, is the screen is visible now? Yes. You have a shortcut key F5 and you also have a option, that is icon. You have an icon, that is triangle icon. After the menu bar, you have this triangle icon where I am pointing. Yes, students, you can see now the triangle symbol. Forward triangle symbol. So click on that. See, if you do any mistake, the compiler will ask whether you want to continue without debugging the error. There are some errors you have to build. It will ask, there are some errors to build or to resolve. There are some errors are there. Whether you want to continue like that only with errors. With errors only you want to continue the execution of the program. It will ask. If you say S, exe is missing. What happened? Yes, students, can you see the output? Is the output, the program is executing, and the output is coming and going. In C hash, to hold the output screen, you need to include console dot read key. Means till a program reads a next character, it will hold the screen. Now you can see the output. Yes, the output is program. The output is good morning. Now, in this program only, I'll change the program. And I'll write a program to add two numbers. Yes, here this is my static program. This constant values I'm giving. Int a is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, and c I need to find out. Now c is equal to a plus b. C is equal to a plus b. C is equal to A plus B. Next, we need to display the output. No, after calculation, we need to display the output. The sum is yes, students. Now this program is displaying the output for both. Good morning also it is displaying, and now I have modified the program. I have enhanced the program. This program is displaying the output for sum of two numbers also. That is A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 20. Yes, students, here in this program, I am not taking the input from the keyboard. I am giving the input value, constant values I am giving. Correct, no? Yes, students, correct, no? I am giving the constant values. Constant values I am giving. Now, I'll change this program. Yes, students, here one thing you need to understand, in C hash, whatever the input we give, that will be taken in the form of a string. So for that, we need to explicitly, we have to convert that input in the form of a integer or in the form of a decimal value. Now, what I do is, I'll remove these constant values. I'll remove this constant value. I'll just take three variables. I'll just take three variables. Now, console dot write line, enter the value of A. Now the next step is I have to take a value from the keyboard. Next, int A is equal to int dot parse console dot read. Yes, Yaru? Students, 1 minute. Okay, console dot read line. Console dot read line. This is for A. It's the same thing we have written in the last class, no? When I explained the lab program, anybody have written? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಂಡೇ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲೀನೇ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. Okay, students, you remember, did we do the same way in last class when I explained the lab program? Next, same thing I do for second variable B. If any errors are there, then we'll rectify. We'll try to rectify. Yes.
Ma'am, we have to declare the variable and then we have to call once again int, ma'am.
Wait, no. Here I'll remove. I'll
Okay,
remove.
okay, okay.
That's why it is showing this red line. Because already I have declared, no?
Okay, ma'am.
That's why it is showing. What is the error? What is the error? Why I am not able to take? Is anybody? Any answer? Yes, students, what is the error? Tell. 33 students are there out of 33 students. Anybody tell what is the error?
Ma'am, I think both program name is same, so it is showing error.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, error is so small, we can't read.
We can't.
Ma'am, I am not able to read the error because it's too small. Zoom ಮಾಡಿಗೆ ma'am.
Wait. Why it is not taking input? Why it is not taking input? Any answer? Yes, students, now you can see. Yes, students, can you see the output screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, in the last example, I was giving the input value as constant input value. In this example, I have modified my program. I modified my program and I have modified my program and I am giving from the keyboard, that is A value is 5 and B value is 10. Yes, students, here, if you, one second. See students, here one thing you understand here. First, I have declared the variables a, b, c. Yes, I have declared the variable a, b, c, and the values of a, b, c I am taking from the keyboard, and whatever the first value, yes, listen carefully, whatever the first value I take from the keyboard, that will be passed into the integer form, that will be passed into the integer data type, and that value will be stored in the variable a. That value will be stored in the variable a. And here for the same thing for the second value also, for b also, whatever the second value I take from the keyboard, that value will be passed in terms of data type integer, and that value will be stored in the variable b. And after taking two inputs, the sum will be calculated and it will be stored in the variable c. Yes, stored in the variable c. So this is nothing but taking the value from the command prompt. Yes, correct, no students? In the previous example, I was not taking the values from the command. Yes, correct, no? In the previous example, I was giving the constant values. But now I have changed my program. And I am giving the values from the command prompt. That is a and b value I am giving from the command prompt. And after calculation, it is displaying the output. And your lab program 1 is you have to execute a program. Through command line, the command prompt, to find the square root of a given number and to find the sum and average of 3 numbers. Yes, to find sum and average of 3 numbers. So this is your first lab program, students. This is your first lab program. In this program, what you are doing, you are taking a number. You are taking a number from the keyboard. You are taking the number and you are finding a square root. In C hash, we have a built-in function, math.squareroot, SQRT. So whatever the input number you take, that number square root value will be generated and stored in the variable SQRT number. And that value we are displaying on the output screen. Yes, students, understanding? Any doubt? This is your first lab program. In your first lab program, you have to calculate the square root of a given number. Square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 3 is 1 point something it will come. So here, no need to write any logic here in C hash. In C program, you have to write a logic. Here, we have a built-in function, that is math.sqrt. If you use this built-in function, whatever the value you take from the, if you use this built-in function math.sqrt, whatever the input value you take, whatever the input value you take here, whatever the number you are taking using this statement, so to that number, it will generate a square root value and it will display here. Enter the number 7. It will display the square root of 7, square root value of 7. Yes, students, understood? Understood? Any doubt? You understood how to execute the program? Or similarly for second program. In the second program, we need to calculate sum of 3 numbers. We need to calculate sum of 3 numbers and find the sum and average. Take 3 numbers take three numbers and find the sum and average. In last when I explained the lab program, I told you this program I have written for 4 numbers. Now I have changed. I have changed it to according to the problem statement only. According to the problem statement, whatever they have given in the program, in the syllabus, according to that only I have changed. So in this program, we are finding or we are calculating the sum of 3 numbers, and we are displaying the sum, and we have to also display the average of those 3 numbers. Take first number 5, second number 9, third number 8. So the sum of those 3 numbers are 22, and the average is 7.333333. This is a second program. This is the second program. Yes, students, still anybody have doubt? Still anybody have doubt? Please respond. Okay, this is all about how to execute a console application program in Visual Studio.
Ma'am?
Ma'am,
Why we are converting everything to double, ma'am?
see, I told now whatever the input we take from the keyboard, that will be in the form of a string. So that is not in the form of an integer or float or double. The compiler will not take in that format. We have to convert. We have to typecast in that format, whichever the format we want. Yeah, if you want to, if you want in terms of double, you have to convert that in terms of double. If you want in terms of integer, you have to convert that to in terms of integer. That is the reason why here explicitly we are converting. Yes, students, coming back to our regular, coming back to our class. Yes, in last class, we have seen the introduction part of C#. That is C. It is a C# is pronounced as C#, and it is developed by Microsoft, and it is a managed code, and it is an object-oriented programming language, and some of the features also we have seen, and Hello World program also we have seen. Some basics of.
My doubt, ma'am.
Wait, let me explain this slide and then we'll go for a doubt. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
Okay. In C#, like how in other programming languages we had C#, we had keywords, constants, operators, variables, literal. The same the same thing we have in C# also, like how in other programming languages we have studied. But now we'll see one by one once again. What is identifier? What is identifier? Students, any answer?
Sequence of character used to identify.
Segments of characters. Segment of character.
Used to identify a variable, constructor.
Identifier is a variable, or identifier is a name that is used to store some variable. Correct? No? And this identifier is a user-defined variable. This identifier is same as variable. This identifier is same as variable, and this identifier is used to identify some variable. Like for example, I want to store a value 10. Where I will store 10, I take a variable, I take a identifier A. Along with that identifier, I also take a data type. In which data type I want to store that variable. If I want to store that in the form of integer, then I declare int A is equal to 10. Or if I want to store a decimal value, then float B is equal to 20.23. So like that. So meaning of this identifier is to identify some variable or to identify some data. We use this identifier, and it is similar to variable. Next, keywords. What is keywords? What is keywords? A keyword you can also call as a reserve word. A keyword you can also call as a reserve word. The meaning of the keywords is already defined in the library. The meaning of the keyword is already defined in the library. You cannot change the meaning. For example, int. Int is a keyword, correct now? Int is a keyword. The meaning of int you cannot change because already it is defined in the library. Struct. Struct is a constant variable, constant or keyword. Struct is a keyword which is used to show the structure in C program. And for, while, do while, char, continue, type, C type, end, read only, write only. So some of the keywords we have. So the keyword meaning is already defined. You cannot change the meaning of keyword. It is already defined in the library. So next we have operators. What are the operators? Why we need operators?
Finding relationship between identifier is known as operators.
Huh?
Finding relationship in between identifiers is known as operators.
Operator, yes, to find the relationship between two operands. Or if you want to perform some action, we use the operator. We use the operators. The symbols which we use for the operators are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, respectively. So already we know what is operator in other programming languages also. You have studied operators. Variable. A variable is used to store the value in the program. A variable is used to store the value in the program. As the name itself implies, the value, whatever the value we stored in the variable, it will be changing. The value will not be constant. After every execution, the value will change. In first execution, you may give a value 10. In second execution, you may give a value 20. Or in third execution, a value 2 also you can give. So whenever you change the value will also, the variable value will be changed. It is not constant. Next, literal. What is literal? What is literal? Is it same as constant? Yes, is it same as constant, literal? Yes, students, please respond. Literal is same as constant?
Don't know, ma'am.
Don't know. Who is that? Sahadeva?
Yes, ma'am.
Why Sahadev? You don't know?
I forgot about literals, ma'am.
Huh?
We studied but forgot.
You studied what you forgot. Yes, anybody? Who all are there? I will check once. See, out of 33 students, what is literal? What is literal? Please respond. It is afternoon class. It is little boring. Respond. What is literal? Literal. Tell what is literal. Is it same as constant? I'm asking. Is it same as constant? Any answer? Okay, nobody is responding. I'll only tell. Yes, any constant value any constant value which can be assigned to a variable, that you can say as a literal. For example, int a is equal to 10. Int a is equal to 10. That 10 value you are assigning in the variable a. Correct? Or that also you can that also you can say as a literal. Class ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬನ್ನಿ. ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇದೆ, ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ. Yes, students, any constant value which can be assigned to the variable is known as literal. Any constant value which can be assigned to the variable is known as literal, and this literal is same as constant. Once next, constant. A constant is same as, constant is similar to variable. Constants are similar to variables, except that the value contained in the constant do not change. See, as I told, in the variable, in variable, whatever the value we assign, after each execution the value may change. But in case of constant, the value will not change. Once if I assign int a is equal to 100, then how many times you execute your program? If you execute 10 times, 20 times, the value will not be changed. That a value will be 100 only. Next we have expression. What is expression? The expression is a combination of operator and operands. Correct, students? Expression is a combination of operator and operands. The operators are operators are plus, minus, into, division, division. So these are all the operator. So along with the operator, if we use operands, a plus b. In a plus b expression, a and b are operands and plus is a operator. Plus is a operator, correct? No? Plus is a operator and a and b are the operands. A and b are operands. So the combination of operator and operands is nothing but a expression. Correct, no? Correct, no, students? Next is a declaration statements. What are the declaration statements? The variables which we declare in the program. Just now I shown this program. See, this is nothing but a declaration only. This is a declaration. Here I have declared three variables. I have declared three variables. What is the data type? Double is a data type to declare these three variables. Double is a data type to declare a variables. There is no you can use either double, you can use character, you can use integer. Based on your program requirement, whichever the data type you want to use in a program, you'll use. Next is a executable statement. What are the executable statements? See, these are all the executable statements, the statements which you want to execute. See here, these statements I am writing to take a input from to display on the screen. This is a statement to take a input from the user. and here we are calculating the sum, average, and we are displaying the output. So these are all the executable statements. These are executable statements. Yes, Sahadev, you are asking something?
Yes, ma'am.